What is going on? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be putting the transmission back together, or at least starting to. So last time we got everything all torn apart. I haven't found any damage. I sent some pictures to another performance shop that builds these transmissions, and they didn't see anything wrong with it. They said everything looked normal. So I'm gonna start putting stuff back together. The other thing I need to take a look at is the torque converter, because in describing the issue to the shop that built the transmission, they're wondering if something could have gone on with the torque converter. So we'll have to take a look at that later on. I'll bring the torque converter down to a transmission shop that's right in town, and we'll see what they say about that. For now, I got tools, I got coffee, let's get going. So another thing I want to mention before we get started, this video and the next couple videos are going to be a little different. It's going to look like I'm doing the same intro and the same outro for each video, and that's mostly because I am. What I'm noticing is it seems like a lot of the longer videos are a little bit too much to take in at one time. So I'm going to be cutting the longer videos down into shorter videos, try to make them a little more digestible for you, the viewers. So if you like it, leave a comment down below. Let me know you like it. If not, comment anyway, tell me how I can improve. I'm always looking to make the channel better, make it more enjoyable for you guys, so I want to get some feedback. I want to hear from you, tell me what you think, tell me what you like, and I'll work towards improving. 'Cause that's what this is really all about, you know? Learning, growing together, and making this the best that it can be. So, without further ado, here we go.
And he broke it. Bobby, destructor of things.
Someone knocked over the light pole that you did over in Vernon.
The same one?
Yeah.
That shit is not having a good decade.
No. It's so funny too. I told Sally about yours, and she was like, "Oh no, really?" And I was like, "Yeah,
That's the
same one." So, one of the things we figured out last time. I mean, these have to be steel. Well, yes, they have to be dead nuts, but it's also got to be steel fiber, steel fiber, steel fiber. And so each of these, I got to soak in transmission fluid. I'm just gonna do metal fiber, metal fiber, metal fiber, and then the last one is gonna be another steel ring. So that's like that. And then if I throw this other one on here, does that give me enough room to get to the retain lock, which it does. Install the low reverse clutch spacer ring. Bam. So that would be this right here. Engaging the ring fully in the case lugs as shown by the arrow. Now that appears to be fully in the case lugs.
Yeah. Is there any gap between the ring and the plate?
Yep.
Yeah. Is there a lower...
Did we put that last ring in there?
Yeah, that we had. Is there a lower indentation anywhere in there?
I don't think so.
Is there supposed to be something underneath it to hold it up a little bit, or?
I don't think so. There was nothing there when I took it out. I know there was nothing there when I took it out. Yeah, I think that's just how it sits. That's gonna have to engage that gear.
Mm-hmm.
So, change of plans. It was transmission day. Turns out it's actually going to be motor day. Chris and I started putting the transmission together. There's a bunch of specialty tools that we need. One of them sort of, it sets the depth of the output shaft, and it basically sets up the rest of the job. Without that, we can't really move forward. We tried jerry-rigging some stuff, really working out. So what I decided is we're just going to send this to a transmission shop and have them rebuild it. We took it apart. We can see everything looks pretty good. And I think at this point in the project, I would feel much more comfortable having someone who knows what they're doing working on this. So we're undressing the transmission, or we're undressing the engine now, taking all the plastic off so that way we can start putting this back together, and we'll see what progress we can make on that. Okay, so basically what we're doing right now, because the motor was running so rich before. I mean, way too much fuel. All of the piston tops are black, and I think I showed that in one of the previous videos. So all we're doing is we're taking a little bit of transmission fluid and the rough side of a sponge and trying to get as much of that out of there as we can. Basically, wash, rinse, repeat. So it has been a very long day, but here's where we're at so far. Got the heads back on the motor, got the rocker arms all taken care of. Gonna throw some plastic back on this. What we have to do next, gotta clean up the intake manifold. Gotta be very careful because this is aluminum and it is super grody still. Still got all the silicone and gasket left on it from when we took it apart. And like I said, the transmission, we're gonna bring this to a shop. Part of the reason I said always have friends and family around is that they're gonna help keep you grounded when your project sort of gets derailed. And Chris, I gotta say, was a huge help today with that. I was starting to lose steam, I was starting to lose some confidence, but Chris was like, you know, this is the first time. You can't feel bad that you're not an expert in this stuff. That's kind of why you're doing it. So project got a little bit derailed, but Chris was like, you gotta just roll with the punches, and that's where we did, and still made some good progress. Still continuing to make progress with the build. We're going to keep working on the motor. Hopefully we'll get that put together, and maybe we can mount it in the car if we're lucky enough. So with that, if you like what you're seeing, go ahead and like this video. If you want to keep seeing what we're doing and follow the progress of the build, go ahead and subscribe. You'll get an update every time I post a new video. New videos are out every Friday. So with that, see you next time.